This is a true life story. This happened in Kubwa, in Abuja, Nigeria. And one will ask or wonder, how would a man ask his friend to sleep with his wife? Who wants that kind of a thing just so that he will have children? And who told you that if you did that, it's going to work for you? So I got this call, and the person on the other line was trying to explain to me why his friend had asked him to sleep with the wife so that they can have children, since he cannot father a child. But what we don't know is if the man was able to tell the wife that he cannot father a child. But before now, he's been trying to, look for solutions for him to have children, because he is already very close to being 50 and he had not had a child for over 15 or 16 years. And when he contacted the person who was telling me this story, he most times you invite him, they will talk, they would sit out. You invite him, let's say they are friends because they sit out sometimes, and then you when he's traveling, you can tell him let's travel together and all that. But he never envisaged that his friend will come up with this kind of suggestion of him having to sleep with his own wife. And then a couple of times they have gone together to do the fertility check, for him to do IVF for the wife. But what the man had not told his friend is if he is impotent. Because if he was impotent, he should be able to tell his wife so that they can look for other options other than insisting that his own friend that he sits out with should sleep with his wife. So one day, he was just there. His friend called him and asked him if they could see. He said yes, that he's somewhere, but once he's done, he was going to meet him, asking him where he was. And the friend told him where he was. It was one sit out in Kubwa. And then he went to meet his friend. And when they got talking, his friend now said he should name his price, that what they were trying to work on did not work out. And the people are saying he has to, he has to donate sperm so that they can start with the wife's fertility, journey. And from the look of things, he looks like he has not told the wife, because he explained everything to this guy, and then he suggested that the guy should name his price so that he will give him the money that he wants him to sleep with his wife. Okay, fine. One would think, okay, if he didn't have sperm, or he cannot, his sperm is not, active, if he even said this his friend should donate the sperm, his friend would have thought about it, since it's something that he needs to go to the hospital to do it to look better. But for him to advise him that he wants him to sleep with his wife so that he would, have the children. So his friend now asked him, how do you want me to sleep with your wife, your own wife that you are married to, and me and you will still remain friends? That he can't do that. That even if they were not close, he will never do that. That he doesn't want, that in fact, he doesn't want that kind of conversation. So he left angrily. You won't believe that this guy called him in the night and told him, if you have changed your mind, I'm trying not to mention their names, if you have changed your mind, let me know. And he was like, if you don't stop calling me, I'll block you. So when he was narrating all of these things to me, he asked me, what do you think? I said, please, don't you ever consider it. Not as in, don't consider, don't even think about it, don't consider it. It was like, that he doesn't understand why this man, is it that the man is looking down on him or what? I said, no. The man wants you to father the children so that he can kill you. Immediately you collect that money, he's going to end your life. And he will just invite you to where you people are drinking, because it's something that he has been planning. For him to keep calling you out each time, let's sit out and all. It's something he had planned out. And the plans are already, you understand, in fact, it's already solid. Don't try it. So then about 2 days later, he called me again. He said, Dad, can you imagine that the man did not even tell the wife that he's impotent? but that the wife did not know that the husband was impotent. But what she knew is that the man had discussed with her that this guy was going to sleep with her, and the wife agreed. So for the wife to have agreed without asking the husband, how come he cannot? It's not like he had a medical issue, that maybe he had an accident or something. Since they were married, he couldn't impregnate the wife. He immediately asked him, how come your wife is agreeing that I should sleep with her? That is not nice. This man started disturbing him, calling him every time you call him that, please. He now went and met one other doctor that happened to know this other guy. I'm trying so hard not to mention their names. He asked the guy, did somebody call you, discussing this kind of thing, arrangement with you? He said yes. He said, can they meet in his office? He said, okay. He now went to his office. When he got to his office, the man asked him, the money he is offering, is it too little? He says, sir, what money are you talking about? He said, the money your friend is offering to give you to sleep with the wife. So immediately he asked the doctor, I'm so surprised that you, of all people, will be asking me these questions. Why on earth will I sleep with his wife, my friend's wife, even if he was not my friend? Why would I sleep with the wife? Why would you even come up with such questions? Or even if that, he sent you to speak to me, right? Tell him that I am not interested. I am not interested. I don't need this money. He should go with this money. I don't need it. So what I told him, the simple truth I told him was to block the man. So he now told me that what is in vogue now in Kubwa is that you see girls who are below, let's say from 18 to 20 years, they will camp them in a place. They will now take their menses and use it to mix concussion and use it to make someone pregnant. I'm like, I don't understand, because there's no medical science connection. It doesn't make sense. So when these girls do that, some of them take in and then hand over the children. They act as surrogate mothers. They now take in and give it to the people that do not have children, and they will pay them 2 million, 1.5, 3 million. I'm like, really? These things happen in Abuja? He said yes. That his friend had gone to that place, and when it didn't work out for him, that was when he came up with this rubbish that he should sleep with his wife and give birth to children. I told him, I said, see, no matter how things are tough, don't ever consider doing this kind of a thing. Don't ever, because your life, if he doesn't kill you, he will kill your children, he will kill your wife, he knows where you stay. So even if you think he's not going to poison you, he can send higher assassins so that they eliminate you and nobody will know that you are the one that slept with his wife. No man who loves his wife will ask you to sleep with his wife. But lately, I noticed that the man has stopped calling him because he has not told me anymore. Because then the thing was so serious that every time the man called him, he called me to tell me. I'll be like, resist him. Yes, he might be calling 15 million. If you want 30 million, he was calling big money. I said, don't allow that money to make you to fall for it. Don't allow it. Just stand your grounds that you will not do it. He said, no, that you can't do that kind of a thing. I said, good. He's not a good friend. If he was a good friend, he will go to the doctors and opt for IVF, and then somebody can donate sperm to them, not asking you to go and sleep with his wife. Sleeping with his wife, you commit, adultery, and then God will still punish you on top of it. So the best thing for you to do is to cut ties with that friend. If possible, block his number. Like I told you earlier, block his number. And that was how this man stayed away from him. They don't even meet. He doesn't allow the man meet him again, because since the time he told him that he told him off, and when he went through the doctor, he told the doctor off. They've allowed him to rest for some time now, because he has not called me. The last time we discussed, they had not talked about it. So guys, be careful out there. A lot is happening in the world. Be safe.